Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Code Your English. I'm really happy that you're here today. If you are new to this podcast, welcome to our community of English learners. This is a place where you can practice your listening, learn new things, and grow your confidence in English, step by step. Today's episode is about something very important, and something that can help you not only in English, but also in your life. We are going to talk about public speaking skills. So, what is public speaking? Public speaking means standing in front of people and talking to them about a topic. It can be a presentation in your class, a meeting at work, a wedding speech, or even speaking in English on social media or YouTube. Simply, public speaking is when you share your ideas and messages with other people using your voice and body language. It doesn't always mean talking to a big crowd. Even speaking confidently in a small group is a form of public speaking. Now, you might be thinking, public speaking sounds scary. And yes, you're not alone. Many people, even professional speakers, feel nervous before speaking in public. It's normal to feel shy, to worry about mistakes, or to feel your heart beating fast. But the good news is this: public speaking is a skill. And just like any other skill, you can learn it, you can practice it, and you can become better at it with time. So why is public speaking important? Well, when you can speak clearly and confidently, you can share your ideas with others. You can make people listen to you. You can inspire, teach, and lead. Good speaking skills help you in school, at work, and in daily life. They also help you feel more confident in yourself. And that confidence can open many doors for you. When you speak well, people understand you better, and you feel proud of yourself. It's an amazing feeling. In this episode, we are going to learn how to improve your public speaking step by step. You will understand what good speakers do, how to practice at home, and how to feel more relaxed when you speak. You will also get easy tips that you can use in your next presentation or English class. I will guide you through simple ideas that really work, and I'll use clear English so that you can understand everything easily. And remember, even if you feel shy, nervous, or afraid to speak in front of others, you can improve. You just need to start small, believe in yourself, and practice a little every day. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep going. Every great speaker started with fear, but they practiced, and that's how they became better. You can do it too. So, get ready. Find a quiet place and listen carefully. Let's begin our journey to become more confident and powerful speakers in English and in life. This is Code Your English, and together, we are going to work on your public speaking skills. What is public speaking? So now that we are ready, let's start by understanding what public speaking really means. Many people hear the words public speaking and immediately think about someone standing on a big stage, talking to hundreds of people with bright lights and microphones. But that's not the full picture. Public speaking is much more than that. And it's something that almost everyone does in everyday life. In simple words, public speaking means talking to a group of people in a clear and confident way. It's when you use your voice, your body, and your words to share information, ideas, or feelings with others. You can do public speaking in many different situations. It doesn't have to be in a big hall or in front of a huge audience. It can be in your classroom when you give a presentation, In your office, when you share your opinion during a meeting, or even in a family event when you give a short speech or a toast. Every time you speak in front of people, 2, 10, or 100, you are doing public speaking. Let's think about some simple examples. Imagine you are in school and your teacher asks you to talk about your favorite hobby for 3 minutes. That's public speaking. Or imagine you are at work and you need to tell your team about a new idea or a new project. That's also public speaking. Even introducing yourself to a new group of people or explaining something in English to your classmates is a kind of public speaking. So you see, it's not only for professional speakers or famous people. It's something we all do. Students, workers, parents, friends, everyone. But even though it's common, many people feel nervous when they have to speak in front of others. Maybe you know this feeling too. Your hands get a little cold, your heart beats faster, your voice shakes a bit, or you forget what you wanted to say. This is very normal. It happens to almost everyone, even to people who speak every day on stage or on television. The truth is, most people are not born good speakers. They learn and practice over time. The nervousness you feel is not a sign that you are bad at speaking. It just shows that you care about what you're saying. When you speak in front of others, your brain sometimes feels like you are in danger, as if you are being judged or watched. But remember, the people listening to you usually want you to do well. They are not waiting for you to make mistakes. They are there to hear your ideas. So instead of thinking, "Oh no, what if I make a mistake?" try to think, "I have something valuable to share." That small change in your thinking can really help you feel more relaxed. Public speaking is not only for leaders, teachers, or famous people. It is for everyone. We all need to speak in front of others in our daily lives. You might need to explain your project at work, talk in your English class, or even give a small thank you speech at a friend's birthday party. You might also want to share your thoughts online, maybe on a YouTube video or a podcast like this one. Every time you speak to people, you are practicing public speaking. And that means you are also building confidence. And here's something important. Good public speaking is not about using big, difficult words. It's not about having a perfect accent. It's about connection, making people understand and feel what you are saying. You can be a great public speaker even with simple English if your message is clear and your voice is honest. The goal is not to sound perfect. The goal is to communicate and make people listen to your ideas. So, when you hear the phrase public speaking, don't think it's something far away from your life. You already do it, maybe in small ways, but you do it. The more you practice, the more comfortable you will become. Every time you speak, you are training your brain, your voice, and your confidence. Remember, public speaking is a life skill. It helps you express yourself, share your ideas, and connect with people from all over the world, especially in English. And the best part? You don't need to be a celebrity or a politician to learn it. You just need to be willing to try, to make mistakes, and to keep improving. So, next time you get a chance to speak, in class, at work, or even with your friends, take it. Think of it as a little step in your journey to becoming a confident and powerful speaker. And don't forget, even if you feel shy or nervous, you are not alone. Every great speaker you know once felt the same way. The difference is that they didn't stop. They practiced, They learned, and they grew. And you can too. Why public speaking skills are important. Now that we understand what public speaking is, let's talk about why it is so important. You might ask, why do I need to learn public speaking? I'm not a teacher. I'm not a politician. And I don't plan to give big speeches. Well, the truth is that public speaking is not only for people who speak on stages or on television. It's for everyone: students, workers, business owners, and even people who just want to communicate better in their daily life. When you learn how to speak clearly and confidently, your life can change in many positive ways. Let's start with school or university. Imagine you are a student, and your teacher asks you to give a short presentation in front of your class. If you have practiced your public speaking skills, you will know how to prepare your ideas, how to organize your speech, and how to speak with confidence. You won't feel frozen or afraid when everyone looks at you. Instead, you'll feel ready to share your thoughts. Good speaking skills help you get better grades, but more importantly, they help you feel proud of your effort. You learn to express your ideas and opinions in a clear way, and that's something you can use for the rest of your life. Now, let's think about work. In many jobs, communication is one of the most important skills. You might have a great idea for your company or your team, but if you can't explain it well, people might not understand it. When you speak clearly and confidently, others listen to you. You can give presentations, share your ideas in meetings, or explain your plans to clients. This can help you grow in your career and open new opportunities. People who can speak well often get more respect, more trust, and sometimes even better jobs. Employers love people who can express ideas clearly and confidently. Public speaking also helps in your personal and social life. Think about moments when you meet new people, or when you want to share your opinion in a group. When you feel comfortable speaking, it's easier to connect with others. You can make new friends, join discussions, and express yourself more freely. You don't have to hide or stay quiet. You can be part of the conversation, and your voice can make a difference. Even simple things, like introducing yourself at a party or giving a short speech at a wedding, become much easier when you practice speaking skills. Another wonderful thing about public speaking is that it helps you build confidence, especially when speaking in English. Many English learners feel shy because they are afraid of making mistakes. But when you practice public speaking in English, you start to realize that communication is not about being perfect. It's about being clear. Every time you speak in English, you train your brain, your mouth, and your confidence. You start to feel proud that you can express your ideas in another language. That feeling is amazing, and it motivates you to keep learning. Let me give you a simple, real-life example. Imagine a student named Maria. Maria always feels nervous when her teacher asks her to speak in front of the class. One day, she decides to prepare well for her next presentation. She practices at home, records herself, and listens to her voice. When the day comes, she still feels nervous, but she takes a deep breath and begins. She speaks slowly and clearly, and at the end, her classmates clap for her. That moment gives her a big boost of confidence. She realizes that she can do it. From that day, she feels more comfortable speaking, not only in English class, but in other situations too. Now think about another example. A man named Ahmed who works in an office. He has a great idea to improve his company's work process, but he's shy about speaking in meetings. One day, he decides to share his idea with his team. He prepares what he wants to say, and when he speaks, everyone listens carefully. His boss likes the idea and asks him to lead the project. Ahmed feels proud and motivated. That one moment changes how he sees himself at work. He realizes that his voice has power. These examples show that public speaking is not just about giving big speeches, it's about communication in everyday life. When you speak clearly, people listen. When you express yourself with confidence, people understand your ideas better. You can inspire others, solve problems, and make good things happen. Your voice becomes a tool, not something to be afraid of. So remember, improving your public speaking skills is not just about speaking better, it's about living better. It gives you courage, confidence, and connection. It helps you learn English faster, share your ideas easily, and open doors to new opportunities in school, in work, and in life. Every time you practice speaking, you are not only improving your English, you are also building your future. Common fears about public speaking. Let's talk about something that almost everyone feels when they have to speak in front of others. Fear. Yes, the fear of public speaking is one of the most common fears in the world. Even people who look confident on stage or on YouTube often feel nervous inside. So if you feel scared or shy when speaking in public, remember this: you are not alone. Many people are afraid of making mistakes. Especially when speaking in English, you might worry, what if I use the wrong word? Or, what if people don't understand me? This fear can make you speak too fast, or even forget what you wanted to say. But here's the truth. Everyone makes mistakes, even native speakers. The goal of public speaking is not to be perfect. It's to share your message. Most listeners don't notice small mistakes. They care more about what you are saying than how perfect your grammar is. So, try not to be too hard on yourself. If you forget a word, just pause, smile, and continue. The audience will understand. Another common fear is the fear of forgetting your words. You prepare your speech, you practice, and then suddenly, when you're standing in front of people, your mind goes blank. It happens. Your brain sometimes gets nervous and stops working smoothly. But you can fix this with practice. One helpful trick is to remember your main ideas, not every single sentence. When you focus on the key points, it's easier to continue even if you forget one line. You can also take a short pause, look at your notes if you have them, and keep going. The pause will feel much shorter to the audience than it feels to you. Then there's the fear of being judged. You might think, what if people laugh at me? Or what if they don't like my speech? This is a natural fear, because we all want to be accepted and respected. But most of the time, people in your audience are not judging you. They are listening, learning, or even feeling inspired by your courage to speak. Remember, when you stand up and speak, you are doing something that many people are too scared to do. That already makes you brave. Many speakers also struggle with speaking too fast. When you're nervous, your heart beats faster, and your words start running like a train. You might finish your speech in half the time you planned, but it's okay. You can control it. Try to take deep breaths before you start, and remind yourself to slow down. Speaking slowly not only helps you feel calmer, but also helps your audience understand your words better. A short pause between sentences can make your speech sound more confident and natural. Another thing that makes people nervous is eye contact. It can feel strange to look directly into people's eyes when you speak. You might feel uncomfortable or shy. But eye contact is very important because it shows that you are confident and connected to your audience. If it feels too hard at first, you don't need to look directly into everyone's eyes. Instead, you can look at their foreheads or look slightly above the audience. It will look like you are making eye contact, and you'll feel less nervous. Over time, you'll get used to it and start to feel more comfortable. Let me tell you a short story. There was a student named Leo who was very shy. Every time he had to speak in class, his face turned red, and his hands started to shake. He was afraid of making mistakes and thought everyone would laugh at him. One day, his teacher gave him a small task, to speak for 1 minute about his favorite movie. Leo practiced at home in front of the mirror many times. When the day came, he felt nervous, but he remembered his teacher's advice. Take a deep breath and smile. He started slowly, looked at his classmates, and finished his short talk. The class clapped for him. After that, he realized that speaking in front of people wasn't as scary as he thought. The next time, he spoke for 2 minutes, then 5 minutes. Step by step, he became more confident. Leo's story shows that the more you practice, the more confident you feel. Confidence doesn't appear suddenly. It grows each time you speak. Every small experience helps you feel a little stronger and less afraid. You can start small, too. Talk to a mirror, record your voice, or speak to a friend. These small moments of practice will prepare you for bigger ones. So, remember this. Fear is normal. Every speaker feels nervous. What matters is not to stop because of that fear. Use it as energy. Take a deep breath, smile, and remind yourself that you have something valuable to share. With every speech, you are improving. Not only your speaking skills, but also your confidence in English and in yourself. How to improve your public speaking skills. Now that we've talked about fear and nervousness, let's move to the most exciting part: how to actually improve your public speaking skills. The good news is that public speaking is not a gift that some people are born with. It's a skill, and just like any other skill, you can learn it, you can practice it, and you can get better every single day. So, let's go step by step and look at some simple but powerful ways to become a better speaker. In English or in any language. The first and most important step is to know your topic. When you understand what you are talking about, you feel much more confident. Before you give a talk or presentation, spend time learning about your topic. Write down the main ideas and key points you want to share. You don't need to memorize every word, but you should understand the message you want to give. When you know your topic well, it's easier to speak naturally because you are talking about something familiar. And if you forget a sentence, you can still continue because you know your subject deeply. The second step is to practice often. Practice is your best friend. The more you practice, the more confident you become. You can practice alone. Stand in front of a mirror and talk to yourself. Watch how you move your hands, your face, and your body. You can also record yourself and listen to your voice. At first, you might not like how you sound. That's normal. But with time, you'll notice progress. You can also practice with a friend or family member. Ask them to listen and give feedback. Every time you practice, you reduce your fear a little bit more. The third step is to start small. You don't have to speak in front of a big audience right away. Begin with a small group, maybe your classmates, your friends, or even your mirror. When you speak to just a few people, you learn to control your nerves and focus on your message. As you become more comfortable, you can move to larger groups. Remember, confidence grows step by step, not all at once. Even a 1-minute talk can help you improve. Don't wait for a perfect time. Start now, with small steps. Next, it's very important to use simple language. Many English learners think they need to use big or difficult words to sound smart, but that's not true. The best speakers use clear, simple words that everyone can understand. Your goal is not to impress people with big vocabulary, but to make your message clear and easy to follow. When your language is simple, you can speak more naturally and with less stress. It also helps your listeners understand your message better. And that's what really matters. Another key point is to watch your body language. Your body speaks before your words do. Stand straight, smile, and make gentle eye contact with your audience. If you look confident, people will believe that you are confident, even if you feel nervous inside. Avoid crossing your arms or looking down too much. Use your hands naturally when you speak, but don't move too much. A smile is one of the strongest tools you have. It makes you look friendly and helps your audience feel comfortable listening to you. The next tip is to speak clearly and slowly. This is especially important for English learners. When you speak too fast, your words become unclear, and people might not understand you. Slow down and pronounce your words carefully. Take short pauses between your sentences. They give you time to think and help your listeners follow your ideas. Don't rush your speech. Speaking slowly doesn't make you sound less confident. In fact, it makes you sound more professional and more in control. You should also control your voice. Your voice is like music. It can be calm, loud, soft, or strong. Use your tone to make your message interesting. Don't speak in a flat, monotone voice. Add some emotion to your words. If you are talking about something exciting, sound excited. If you are telling a serious story, slow down and lower your tone. Voice control helps your audience stay focused and makes your message more powerful. And don't forget to breathe. Breathing deeply helps you relax and speak more clearly. Finally, one of the best ways to improve your speaking is to listen and learn. Watch good speakers, maybe on YouTube, TED Talks, or even teachers and presenters in your own language. Pay attention to how they use their voice, how they move, and how they connect with the audience. You can learn a lot just by observing. Don't copy them exactly, but notice what makes them effective and try to apply those techniques in your own way. Learning from others is one of the fastest ways to grow. To sum up, improving your public speaking skills takes time, practice, and patience. Know your topic, practice regularly, start small, and speak with clarity. Use your body, your voice, and your emotions to share your message. Watch others, learn from them, and keep practicing. Because every time you speak, you're becoming a better version of yourself. Remember, confidence doesn't come from never feeling scared. It comes from doing it anyway. The more you speak, the more confident you will feel. So, take a deep breath, smile, and say your first words. You've got this. Useful tips for English learners. Now, let's talk about something very special. Useful tips for English learners who want to improve their public speaking. Speaking in English can sometimes feel more difficult than speaking in your first language, right? You might worry about pronunciation, grammar, or forgetting words. But don't worry. Every English learner feels the same at the beginning. The key is not to be perfect, but to keep practicing and to keep moving forward. Let's go through some simple ways you can practice and grow your public speaking skills in English. The first tip is to practice speaking English every day. Speaking is like exercising a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Try to speak English as much as possible, even if it's only for a few minutes a day. You can talk to yourself about your day, describe what you're doing, or explain your thoughts out loud. It might feel funny at first, but it really helps. You can also practice with friends, classmates, or even online language partners. The more you speak, the more comfortable and natural you will sound. The second tip is to record your voice and listen to your pronunciation. This is a powerful tool that many learners forget to use. When you record yourself, you can hear your pronunciation, rhythm, and speed. Maybe you'll notice that you speak too fast, or that some words are not clear. That's okay. This is how you learn. When you listen to your recordings, you can make small improvements each time. It's like watching your own progress. Over time, you'll start to sound more confident and fluent. Next, learn new words and phrases that are useful for presentations and speeches. You don't need to know hundreds of complicated words. Focus on the ones that help you express ideas clearly. For example, learn phrases like, "Let me explain," "In my opinion," "To summarize," or "That's a great question." These small expressions help your speech sound natural and organized. You can also learn transition words to connect your ideas. Words like first, next, however, and finally. These make your speech easier for listeners to follow. Another very important tip is, don't worry about mistakes. Focus on progress. Every speaker, in every language, makes mistakes. Even native speakers forget words or mix up sentences sometimes. What matters is that you communicate your message. When you focus too much on mistakes, you stop yourself from speaking. Instead, think about how far you've come. Maybe last year you couldn't say a full sentence, but now you can talk for 2 minutes. That's progress. Celebrate your small wins because every step forward counts. Finally, join clubs or online groups to practice speaking. There are many places where you can meet other learners and practice English. One popular group is Toastmasters International. It's a club that helps people become better speakers and leaders. You can also join English-speaking clubs, local conversation groups, or online language communities. When you speak with others, you learn to listen, respond, and think in English naturally. You'll also meet people who share the same goal as you, to become more confident speakers. Remember, you don't have to do everything at once. Choose one small thing and start today. Maybe you record yourself for 1 minute, or maybe you learn 5 new presentation phrases. Step by step, your English and your speaking confidence will grow together. Public speaking is not only about standing on a stage, it's about using your voice, sharing your ideas, and connecting with people. And the more you practice in English, the more powerful and confident your voice will become. Practice activities for listeners. Now that you've learned so many ideas about public speaking, It's time to practice. Because learning about speaking is not enough. You have to actually do it. Don't worry, I'll give you a few fun and simple activities that you can try right after listening to this podcast. These activities are easy, short, and very effective for improving your speaking confidence in English. You don't need a big audience or special tools, just your voice, your phone, and a little bit of courage. Let's start with something simple. Describe your favorite movie for 1 minute. Choose a movie you really like, maybe one you've seen many times. Take a moment to think about what happens in the movie, who the main characters are, and why you like it. Then, start talking. You can begin like this. Today, I want to talk about my favorite movie. It's called, and then continue naturally. You don't have to sound perfect. Just speak from your heart. The goal is to speak continuously for 1 minute without stopping. If you make mistakes, it's okay. The idea is to get comfortable expressing your thoughts in English. Next, you can try another activity. Give a mini speech about your dream job. Imagine you're applying for your dream job and you have to explain why you want it. Start by saying what your dream job is. Then describe what kind of work you do and why it's special to you. For example, my dream job is to be a teacher because I love helping people learn new things. You can also talk about the skills you need for that job, or the reasons you think you'd be good at it. This exercise helps you practice organizing your ideas and speaking about something meaningful to you. Another great activity is to practice introducing yourself confidently. This is something we all do, and it's one of the most useful speaking skills you can have. Imagine you're meeting someone new, maybe in class, at work, or at a public event. Practice saying your name, where you're from, what you do, and something interesting about yourself. You can start with, "Hi, my name is Anna. I'm from Brazil, and I'm studying computer science. In my free time, I love watching documentaries. Try to smile as you speak and keep your voice steady." Introductions are small, but they make a big difference in how confident you feel. Here's another important step. Record and listen to yourself. Take your phone, open the voice recorder, and record your 1-minute movie description, your dream job speech, or your self-introduction. Then, listen carefully. Don't focus on judging yourself. Just listen like a teacher. Notice how your pronunciation sounds, if your voice is clear, and if your ideas are easy to follow. Maybe you'll realize that you speak too fast, or that you use the same words often. That's great, because now you know what to improve. When you record again later, you'll hear your progress. These activities might seem small, but they are powerful. The more you do them, the more natural speaking English will feel. Remember, public speaking is not just about big speeches. It's about small moments of practice every day. Each time you talk about a movie, your dreams, or yourself, you are training your confidence and your communication skills. So, I encourage you to take a few minutes today to try one of these activities. Don't wait for the perfect time. Just start now. Pick a topic, press record, and speak. You'll be surprised by how much you can do when you give yourself the chance to try. And most importantly, enjoy the process. Speaking English is not about being perfect. It's about expressing who you are and connecting with others. So go ahead, take that first step, and let your voice be heard. Motivation and mindset. Before we finish today's episode, I want to talk about something very important: your mindset. Because when it comes to public speaking, your attitude and the way you think about yourself can change everything. Many people believe that great speakers are born with confidence, that they are naturally good at talking in front of others. But that's not true. Everyone can become a better speaker with time, practice, and patience. Public speaking is not about talent. It's about effort, learning, and growth. At first, you might feel nervous, shy, or even scared. Maybe your hands shake, your heart beats fast, or your voice sounds different when you speak. That's completely normal. Every great speaker in the world, teachers, leaders, actors, even famous TED Talk speakers, has felt the same way. They started where you are now. The only difference is that they didn't stop. They practiced again and again until speaking became easier. And you can do the same. Confidence doesn't appear suddenly. It grows slowly, one small step at a time. Think of it like learning to ride a bicycle. The first time, you might fall. The second time, you still feel afraid. But the more you try, the more balanced you become. After a while, you don't even think about it. You just ride. Public speaking works the same way. Every time you speak, even for 1 minute, you're training your speaking muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. With each try, you'll feel less nervous and more confident in your ability to express yourself. So, instead of thinking, "I'm not good at speaking," change your thought to, "I'm learning to be a better speaker." That small change in your mindset can make a big difference. When you believe that you can improve, your brain becomes more open to learning. You start to see every mistake not as a failure, but as a lesson. Every time you speak, even if it's not perfect, you are moving forward. And that's what really matters: progress, not perfection. Confidence comes from practice, not magic. The more you speak, the more confident you will feel. Even if you're scared, speak anyway. Even if your English isn't perfect yet, speak anyway. Every word you say is a victory. You are training your voice, your courage, and your English at the same time. One day, you'll look back and realize how far you've come, and you'll be proud of yourself for never giving up. So here's my message to you. Believe in your voice. You have something valuable to share. Your ideas, your experiences, your story. Don't keep them inside because of fear. The world needs to hear your voice. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be brave enough to begin. Remember, the best speakers are not the ones who never feel afraid. They are the ones who speak even when they do. So take a deep breath, smile, and tell yourself, "I can do this," because you truly can. Keep practicing, keep learning, and keep speaking. Step by step, word by word, you are becoming the confident speaker you dream of being. You have everything it takes, and your journey starts right now. So now, we have reached the final part of today's episode. Let's take a moment to recap everything we've learned about public speaking. We started by talking about what public speaking really is. Public speaking is simply the ability to speak to a group of people and share your ideas clearly. It's not only for famous speakers or teachers. Everyone uses public speaking in daily life, like giving a class presentation, explaining something in a meeting, or telling a story to friends. Even if you feel nervous, remember that these feelings are normal and that anyone can improve with practice. Next, we discussed why public speaking is so important. Good speaking skills can help you in school, at work, and in your personal life. They give you confidence, help people understand your ideas, and open opportunities for growth. When you can speak clearly and confidently in English or any language, you show that you believe in yourself. Even small improvements in speaking can make a big difference in how others listen to you and in how you feel about yourself. Then, we talked about common fears. Many people are afraid of making mistakes, forgetting words, speaking too fast, or being judged. But remember, everyone feels nervous. Fear is normal, and it is not a reason to stop. With practice, these fears become smaller, and your confidence grows. Even famous speakers felt nervous at first. The key is to keep going step by step, and to speak even when you are afraid. After that, we explored how to improve your public speaking skills. There are many simple steps you can follow. Know your topic well, practice often, start small, use simple language, pay attention to your body language, control your voice, and speak slowly and clearly. You can also watch other good speakers and learn from them. Every time you practice, you get better and more confident. Small daily steps are the secret to long-term improvement. We also shared useful tips for English learners. Speak English every day. Record your voice and listen to yourself. Learn useful words and phrases, and don't worry about mistakes. Join clubs or online groups where you can practice speaking with others. Remember, the goal is progress, not perfection. Every time you speak, even for a short time, you are becoming stronger and more confident. Then, we suggested practice activities you can try. Describe your favorite movie for 1 minute, give a mini speech about your dream job, and practice introducing yourself confidently. Record your voice and listen to it. It helps you notice what you are doing well and what you can improve. These exercises are simple, but they are very effective for building your confidence step by step. Finally, we talked about motivation and mindset. Public speaking is a skill that anyone can learn. Confidence comes from practice, not magic. Even if you feel nervous or make mistakes, keep speaking. Believe in your voice, and remember that every small step is progress. Your ideas, your thoughts, and your story are important. The world wants to hear them. You can do this if you keep practicing and never give up. Now, here is my final encouragement for you. Start practicing today. Don't wait for the perfect time. Pick a short topic, press record, and speak. Try one of the exercises we discussed. Share your ideas with a friend, or just practice in front of a mirror. Every time you speak, you are building confidence and improving your English. Step by step, word by word, you are becoming the speaker you want to be. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Code Your English. I hope you found it useful and inspiring. Remember, public speaking is a journey, not a destination. Keep learning, keep practicing, and keep speaking. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and share it with friends who want to improve their English speaking skills. I'll see you in the next episode, and until then, keep speaking, keep learning, and keep believing in yourself. Goodbye, and take care.